We haven't reviewed any phones made by Vernee, and it will be interesting to see what kind of devices this company has to offer. Today we have Vernee Thor. The phone costs around 120 bucks and it has some decent specs. This is Linus, learn more in a full review. The phone ships with all the usual stuff. One thing worth mentioning is that the phone ships with a fast charger. We're looking at quite a compact phone due to its 5 inches 720p display, which is actually very nice to look at, and it is covered with a Gorilla Glass 3. We have a 5 megapixel selfie camera and non-backlit capacitive buttons. However, there is no LED notification light. It is worth mentioning that the phone is made of plastic, but it does not feel cheap at all. In fact, it sports a soft, some kind of baby skin coating, and it makes the phone feel very nice in the hand. The buttons are nice and tactile too. Also, rounded edges of the phone help with the grip, and thus the phone is very comfortable to hold. The phone sports a 13 megapixels camera with a single LED flash. Just below the camera, we can find a fingerprint sensor. We found the security option to be fast, accurate, and it works straight from the standby mode. However, the display could light up a little bit faster after the fingerprint has been recognized. On the bottom there is a loudspeaker, which is actually pretty good, but as usual to budget phones, the sound could have a little bit more depth. The backplate can be removed, and underneath it you can find 2 SIM card slots and the microSD card slot for storage expansion. A 2800 mAh non-removable battery powers up the device. The Vernee Thor has some pretty good specs for the price. It sports an MTK6753 chip, which is clocked at 1.3 GHz, 3 GB of RAM, and 16 GB of expandable storage. The phone handles 3D gaming very well. I was surprised that the Asphalt 8 ran without any lag or stutter even on highest graphics setting. The Vernee Thor is also a great performer on a daily use. Almost stock looking Android 6.0 based user interface does not have many features, but it is very fast and responsive even after installing lots of apps. The 13 megapixels camera can take some good looking images in good light, but since we are talking about 120 bucks phone, they are not ideal. The main issue that I found is that the colors look a little bit washed out in some of the shots. Still, I would say that this phone is capable of taking some good looking daylight images. When it comes to the low light shots, they are not really impressive, but this is what you have to expect from a phone this cheap. This is a video test of the Vernee Thor. This is handheld footage, and there's a huge mess in the backyard. As for video, it could look less shaky and look a little bit sharper. A 5 megapixels front firing camera does not impress. The pictures lack detail and sharpness, but most importantly, there are no wide-angle lens. As far as connectivity goes, I didn't have any issues with this phone. Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth works fine, and call quality is good. Speaking of the battery, it performs great. I could constantly get around 5 hours of screen on time on a mixed use, and if you need to recharge it, a fast charger comes to help. The Vernee Thor is a pretty good offering for the price of 120 bucks. It has a decent design and build, the display is nice, and the phone is a good performer both in terms of day-to-day use and gaming. Also, the device has a pretty good battery life. However, the low-light camera performance is not impressive, and a selfie camera is quite terrible. Overall, the Vernee Thor is a decent phone for the price if you don't mind a few shortcomings. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and if you want to see a more in-depth review that includes some more camera samples, benchmark results and more, please visit gizmochina.com. Also, please subscribe and check out my own TechLine HD YouTube channel for some more videos. See you soon.